5,000 shillings. So I am asking the leadership to line up those crusades, give us a full budget, and those who were not able to publicly pledge, you are welcome to send your money. We saw you when you pledged, but the Lord sees every motivation that enables us to give. Amen? Amen. So send your contributions. We can hit 500,000 shillings by the end of by Sabbath next week, if those contributions keep coming. Leadership, give us the name, give us the M-Pesa number or the pay bill so that the money keeps coming, so that those crusades are realized, 3 of them as planned. Having said that, I want to shift gears for this meeting. Shall you allow me to do exactly that? Yes. As Pastor Ray Kesis prepares to do his bit of this program, I wish to now bring you the aspect of ASI in action. ASI members are always doing things within their jurisdictions, in their marketplaces. And as I say this, I'm asking Sister Rose Flynn to come up front. The men commissionaries are here, and the Times, the Revival Times Ministry, to also come up front. ASI members at their personal level and with their ministries are always doing something in the cause of advancing Jesus Christ. They're always in the marketplace. Remember what we say. ASI is a membership organization. We are going to be giving you registration forms. And maybe pause here and say, Elder, beginning now, going forward, the registration forms you are going to be receiving for registration as ASI members are from East Central Africa Division. So we are applying to East Central Africa Division to become members of ASI. That form will be filled by yourself, your district pastor. They will all come to the conference, be assessed and voted in the conference committee where Pastor Ngore chairs. And then the names will be forwarded to Kisumu, to your union. They are consolidated with the other registrations from other entities. Then they will end up at the ECD. Upon being received at ECD, you will be entered in the register upon meeting all the requirements as member of ASI. What are the advantages of being a member of ASI and your membership held at ECD? I know one critical advantage. We will be given membership cards and membership numbers. These membership cards will become your passport for evangelism outside your local territory. In other words, if you have a ministry and you want to launch out to northern Tanzania, you want to launch out to eastern DRC where there is need, all you need to know is get your ticket, hit the DRC, go to the field or conference office in ECD and give them your registration card. Then you will be able to partner with the local field, with the local conference, without needing service call, without requiring the many protocols and procedures for doing ministry. So if there is one advantage you will have as a member of ASI, is you have a borderless region from where you can serve the Lord. Within East Central Africa Division, we have 13 countries. And about, 10 unions? I'm not sure, maybe Pastor Nekina will give you better statistics, where we can work. So within 13 countries, you have access for doing ministry in those 13 countries. And that is the advantage of being a member of ASI. And all ASI members, we shall have our registered domicile at East Central Africa Division, and then we shall have those chapters operating as we are now currently operating. I was told to clear that so that there is clear understanding of how we plan to work. I have 2 important persons in front this afternoon, and I want to give the first one a mic. I don't know which of these. the IT fellows. Oh, I just need to turn them on. Oh, great. Oh, good. Take your mic and please stand up so you can be seen. You know you're not as tall as you should. Stand on the other side. I'll stand on this one. Please say who you are, sir, and what you do.
My name Jim Ayodo Ayayo.
What do you do for a living, Jim?
I'm a medical missionary.
What's medical missionary?
I've been a missionary for some time before I became a medical missionary. And being a medical missionary simply means a missionary who's in the service of healing using natural remedies.
Natural remedies.
So in our ministry,
somebody help us with the mic. Make sure the mics are working.
In our ministry, maybe let me talk something little about myself before I became a medical missionary. I'm a PK, meaning I'm a pastor's kid. My grandfather was a pastor. My dad was a pastor.
And you probably had no choice.
And I had no choice. They prayed that I be a pastor. I ended up becoming a missionary by default.
Okay.
I was a student in India, and for some reason, some people influenced me into being a missionary. And I became a missionary in Southern Asia Division at West Bengal section, which is in the Calcutta area. I started as a joke. I think it was a joke. I called it a joke because somebody just pushed me into being. I wanted to become a businessman because that's what I did in school. But because somebody saw that I should be a missionary or a pastor and pushed me into being a missionary. So I got into the University of Calcutta, and I started ministering to these Indians. And cutting the story short, because it's not a story time, I ended up in the villages of Calcutta. And after 6 months of mission in the villages of Calcutta, we had 300 people ready for baptism. But the division decided to baptize 128 people, and 7 Greek Orthodox churches became Adventists in one day. And that you can find in the magazine of Eastern Africa Division, which was in Harare that time. And Pastor Otto was the union president at that time. And you can find it in the magazine. It's in the magazine.
How did you transit from being a missionary in India to become a medical missionary?
So, while I was in India, somebody who was going to the US to be a medical missionary, to train as a medical missionary, passed by and stayed with us, saying they were going for a visa at the US Embassy because they were going to be medical missionary. I didn't know what being a medical missionary was. By the way, even though I was a pastor's kid, I'd never heard of anything called medical missionary. And so I was like, what would that be? But because I couldn't get enough explanation, I just let them go. That time, I was already registered serving as a missionary volunteer for the General Conference, which at the first time, Eastern Africa Division did not even know how to send a missionary. I remember how it was so difficult them signing or filling my forms from the General Conference until Elder Ron Watts signed it himself. They sent the forms to the division, and the division said they couldn't do it because they never sent a missionary. In that report, it was written that I was the first serving missionary from Eastern Africa Division to Southern Asia Division. And so,
how you transited.
And so, while I was still serving there, this person went to the US. And when they went to the US, I think I need the other one. I did that.
Just try it.
Okay. And so while I was there, the person in the US decided to send me details on medical missionary work from Wildwood. But at that time, I did not want to be a medical missionary. I didn't want this part medical. This one medical. I didn't want it at all. I only wanted the missionary part because I'd already tasted the missionary part. After 6 months of evangelism, we baptized 800 people.
Amen.
After another 2.5 years, we baptized 2,500. You can find that, by the way, you can find that on the Mission Quarterly 2017, second quarter, July.